Thanks for listening to the Business Spotlight podcast presented by the Lancaster Fairfield County Chamber of Commerce. I'm Logan Weaver, the marketing coordinator for the Chamber. Thanks for tuning in. Got a special episode today. We have the Fairfield County Foundation joining us. They're in the spotlight with Eyman, CEO of the Fairfield County Foundation, and Sarah Stoughton, the donor services officer. How's it going, guys?
Good. Thanks for having us.
Well, thanks for popping in. And I know it's been a very busy year for the foundation, and you still got a lot to go with your marquee event, but we'll dive into that in just a second. So, Amy, we'll start with you. Just give us a little background for those who may be new to the community, maybe tuning in for the first time, a little bit about the Fairfield County Foundation.
Sure. Well, as you said, it's been a big year for us. We're celebrating our 35th year serving Fairfield County. We are a community foundation, a 501c3. We work with donors in the community to help them meet their philanthropic goals. And we work with nonprofits in the form of awarding grants to them and helping them set up endowment funds, as well as working with students who graduate from Fairfield County high schools who want to go on to college or trade schools based on the funds we have. So we have over 400 funds, and each fund has a specific purpose, whether it's to fund scholarships for students or to give grants to nonprofits. We have donor advised funds, which donors can use, as I said, to help meet their philanthropic goals. And all the money stays here in Fairfield County. We serve just Fairfield County, work with donors in Fairfield County. So, we're super excited to be celebrating 35 years and all the impact that we've had in the community over those past 35 years.
And I know here locally, it's hard to find someone who doesn't know about the foundation or the work that you guys do to help, especially the nonprofits, because I think there are a lot of nonprofits in the community who, without the support of the foundation, may not even be here today.
Right. So we are different in, I'll use a United Way. They're a great organization, and they work with nonprofits as well, but they work yearly with them on giving them funds for their budget to support their operations. Whereas the foundation, you have to apply for a grant through us if you're a nonprofit, and we do things that are outside of the normal budget. We don't pay rent, salaries, all those operational things. We do separate things that would be great for our community, but maybe the nonprofit doesn't have those funds to help support that. I'll just use an example. We helped purchase the new stage that the Lancaster Festival bought a few years ago. Mm-hmm. That wasn't in their budget. That wasn't part of their operating. They raised grant dollars to purchase that stage, and that was something we helped with.
Yeah, and I think that's what's admirable about what the foundation does is the fact that it is so community-based, community-oriented, because projects like the festival stage, that's the one that's out here on Broad Street, correct?
Right.
During the summer?
No,
or is it the big stage?
It's the big stage.
Oh,
so
okay.
They purchased the big stage. They had to replace that a few years ago. So obviously that's a big expense and not something they necessarily had in their budget. So I believe we helped pay for at least half of it.
And this year, as we mentioned, is the foundation's 35th anniversary. Lots of giving, lots of support over those 3.5 decades, which props to you guys for getting to this point and everything that you guys have been able to do. Sarah, I'll turn to you now because you've been helpful in organizing some of the giving this year, and you guys have been doing some unique things. So tell us about what the foundation has been doing to celebrate 35 years in the community.
Sure. So with, it being our 35th anniversary, we wanted to do something a little extra this year. So we decided to do some 35-year projects. And what that is starting in April, which was our official 35th year, we started doing projects and incorporating kind of 35 with it. So in April, we were able to work with the county and city parks and provided 35 trees to be planted in Lancaster and Fairfield County. We've partnered with Meals on Wheels. We provided gift cards to Keller Market for them, and they were able to share those with the seniors they serve. We donated toys to the Lighthouse, Lancaster Festival tickets. We partnered with Charity Newsies to offer shoe vouchers. We offered $35 shoe vouchers, and then our good friends over at Walker's Shoe Center donated an extra $15 to each of those gifts. So families were able to go in, and have $50 to spend at Walker's. And if they did have to pay something, they had a very minimal amount to cover at that point. We've funded the Humane Society with spays and neuters. Dolly's Imagination Library, we sponsored 35 kids for that. And then coming up in November, we're working with Sally Grimm. She's very involved with Lutheran Social Services. She's going to help build and fund the welcome baskets that they offer to those that come through the shelter there. And then in December, we're going to work with Maywood Mission to make a donation of 35 toys for their Christmas drive. So lots of fun that we've had just doing those projects and being able to give a little bit more to celebrate. So,
and the one thing I like about that list is it's such a wide variety of nonprofits in the community, not just by the services, but the size too. I'll go a little bit off path here, Sarah. If there is a nonprofit out there who wants to get involved with the foundation, Amy, you can hop in on this too. Sure. Because you guys serve so many in the community, it's hard to find, like I said before, hard to find a nonprofit that hasn't been involved with the foundation at some point. But say someone is trying to start a nonprofit, looking to raise funds and help out in the community. What are some ways that that organization or folks in the community can get involved with that?
Well, so a nonprofit has to already they have to be established. We don't help individuals set up nonprofits. I would suggest if there are people in the community that want to do that, that they reach out to their attorney or to a financial advisor to help set that up. But once they become a nonprofit.
Yes. Once they're already off the ground. Running.
Then they can reach out to us. They can have a conversation with me or Sarah, and we would probably refer them to our program department. Abby King is our senior program officer, and Andrea Spires is our program officer, and they work with nonprofits in awarding grant dollars. We have grant guidelines, which are on our website it's fairfieldcountyfoundation.org. You can go on our website and look at our grant guidelines to see what kind of things we fund, what kind of things we don't. And it's really simple. We have 2 grant cycles, and you fill out a preliminary application, and then once you're approved, you go through the grant process. So, anybody out there that's with a nonprofit that doesn't know about the foundation or hasn't worked with them, I encourage them to reach out.
Yeah, because the opportunities are available. You mentioned the grant funds. Right. I know you guys have the scholarship opportunities in the spring. We can talk a little bit about more later, but all these different opportunities I think are very vital, especially if you are a nonprofit or a community-based organization who want to look into giving back. So
right.
Definitely a lot of opportunities there. So let's go back to the 35th anniversary, because as Sarah, you mentioned everything that you guys were doing throughout the year, but it's all culminating into one big event that you guys have been doing pretty well at the last few years, and that is your annual give.
Right.
Kind of in conjunction with Giving Tuesday and such, but this year it's a little bit more special with it being the anniversary. So tell us about what's planned for this year.
Right. I'll talk about the give, and then Sarah can tell you how it works. So we started this about 10 years ago. As you said, it's on Giving Tuesday. Giving Tuesday is a national movement. It's always the Tuesday after Thanksgiving. The idea is, we have Thursday, Thanksgiving, to give thanks with your family and friends. Friday, Black Friday for Black Friday deals. Monday, Cyber Tuesday. Well, hopefully you save some dollars back to give back to your community on Giving Tuesday.
Absolutely.
So that's Giving Tuesday is always the Tuesday after Thanksgiving. This year is December 3rd. And we are giving away $35,000 that our board has put up that we will award to any fund at the foundation. As I said before, we have over 400. Any fund that receives a gift during the 35-hour give will receive a partial match. If your fund brings in 10% of the gifts during the 35 hours, they'll get 10% of the funds. And each year we've increased it. Last year we gave away 34, and this year we're giving away 35. However, for our 35th anniversary, we reached out to some donors that we work with that are very community-minded and very generous. Lloyd and Diane Helber have a donor advised fund with us at the Fairfield County Foundation. And in addition to our $35,000 that we'll be matching, they'll be matching $35,000 as well. So we are matching up to $70,000 on the day of the 35-hour give. As I said, it starts December 3rd, goes from 8 a.m., goes till December 4th at 7 p.m., which is 35 hours. So we're super excited, and we know a lot of the nonprofits that participate and have funds with us are excited as well.
So Sarah, how can folks get involved with the actual 35-hour give?
Sure. So like Amy mentioned, we have over 400 funds. So if you're wanting to participate in the give, get on our website, fairfieldcountyfoundation.org, take a look at our funds. We have over 400 of them. There's going to be something there that aligns with your philanthropic goals. So take a look, see if there's anything there that you want to give to. It has to be an established fund at the foundation. It can't be something new that's opened on, during that 35-hour give. You can donate either online. We have a great online system. If you want to donate to multiple funds, you can basically just add all those to your cart and do one checkout at the end, or you can give a gift in person by coming to the foundation office. The donations have to be made during that 35-hour timeline, and they must be made in person or online. We can't accept gifts prior and hold them, and you cannot basically host a fundraiser of sorts, hold that money, and then bring it in for the give. So once you make your donation, once the totals are added up, then we will put out those match amounts to any fund that was given to during that 35 hours. And like Amy said, we're excited. We have $70,000 to give away this year. I know we're very excited, and I know a lot of the organizations in our community are really pushing for donations to their fund this year because the match is going to be so great this year.
And just being able to see what some of these organizations, what these community groups have been able to do with even $1,000, $2,000, the fact that they can get, up to $3,500 roughly, so that'd be 10%. Well, I guess with the match now, that's up to $7,000.
Right. So it's based on whatever your percent of the funds are that are donated during that 35 hours. So
Gotcha.
If you bring in 7% of the funds donated, you'll get 7% of the 70,000. So we have funds that bring in $10,000 to $20,000 during that time because they actively fundraise for that 35 hours. And so they've gotten significant dollars. And I think I said earlier, this is the 10th year we've done it. And in that 10 years, including the match, we've raised $1.7 million. So it's a very popular time of year for people to donate.
You get some friendly competition, I'm sure, between some of the nonprofit groups.
Yeah. And, it's the end of the year. People want to make their year-end donations, but for tax purposes, all donations made during that time are tax deductible. Anytime a gift is made to the foundation, it's tax deductible. So it's a busy time. And Sarah will be in November. If you go to the Fairfield County Foundation's Facebook page, every day we will be featuring a different nonprofit fund of the foundation. So if you're interested in learning more about the funds, the nonprofits that do have funds with us, that's a great way to learn about those because there'll be a different one every day.
Yeah, that sounds, I agree because, people, as you said, may not be able to, understand or may not know about some of those funds.
Right.
So being able to feature them on Facebook, social media,
right.
Pretty good glimpse into what all you guys are able to help out with. That's
exactly.
pretty cool.
And they're thrilled for the opportunity to participate.
And I do want to give a shout out, as you mentioned, to Lloyd and Diane Helber because
yes.
$35,000 is no small feat, and to be able to double the contribution this year is going to help out so many more organizations.
Right. They are very generous, great community-minded couple. And when we approached them about doing this, they were absolutely on board with doing it. So we're very fortunate to have donors or individuals like them in our community that are so generous and want to give back.
And I know you two very much involved in organizations. I know we've got the Rivet Society here with the Chamber. Sarah, one of our steering committee members for Young Professionals. So, and it's not just you guys are at the foundation and that's it. You guys are actively involved with the organizations that you help serve and beyond. I know Andrea and Abby, along with Kiwanis and all these other different community organizations. So you guys basically walk the talk more or less.
We try. It's hard, because we work with so many nonprofits. We want to be involved in everything. So we try to specifically work with groups that we can touch more than one nonprofit in the community. Sarah and I are in Rotary. As you said, Andrea and Abby are very involved in Kiwanis, and both of those organizations help so much throughout the community.
They do.
And Young Professionals, you guys do great things with the community and supporting people in our community, Rivet Society. We're just trying to get people involved and let people know. Our Women's Giving Circle, Sarah runs our Women's Giving Circle at the foundation. And, we have people come each month. We have over 100 members, and they come 3 times a year and learn about some of the different nonprofits in the community that are doing projects. So we're just trying to open people's eyes to philanthropy and the needs in our community the best we can. We love our community. We like living here, working here, playing here. So we want what's best for, everybody involved.
Well, pretty much as soon as that's wrapped up in the holiday season, you guys are going to be right back at it again with the scholarship season.
Yeah.
You knew that was coming.
Yep. Yeah. Scholarship season is upon us for the 2025, 2026 school year.
That's
believe
even
it or
hard
not.
to comprehend.
I know it is hard to comprehend. As you heard me say, I said 2000 because that's still where I'm at. But yeah, Andrea and Abby, our program department, are working hard getting ready for that. Andrea's been going to different college fairs and high schools, working with counselors. Our application opens December 1st, and students, parents, grandparents, I encourage you to go on and look at it, help your child, grandchild fill out the application, whether they're seniors in high school or if they're already in college. We have probably close to 90 scholarships. So
I was just about to ask. Yeah,
we have a lot. So pretty much everybody could probably qualify for one. Their tuition, most of them are tuition only. We do have trade school scholarships. We know that's a big thing right now, and we really want to promote that with the Workforce Center and kids, looking for other opportunities. But yeah, the application opens December 1st, and I believe it closes the first or second week of March. I'm not sure what the exact day is. It's on our website as well. If you click on scholarships, all the details are there.
And that's fairfieldcountyfoundation.org?
Exactly, yes.
Awesome. I know we kind of talked about it a little bit earlier, but if folks want to get involved with the foundation in some way, shape, or form, I know you guys have some committees, especially the scholarship review.
Yes,
that's
absolutely. We're always looking for scholarship or grant committee members. Anybody that's interested in learning more can reach out to Sarah and I about anything to do with the foundation.
Well, Amy and Sarah, thank you so much for joining the podcast today and talking about the Fairfield County Foundation, and best of luck to you guys on the 35-hour give.
Thanks for having us. Yeah.
You've been listening to the Business Spotlight podcast presented by the Lancaster Fairfield County Chamber of Commerce.